Hi, my name's Alex from Catalyst, and we build AI systems for small business. And I'm creating a series which I'll post every Wednesday about how you can integrate AI into your business. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is your first experiences with AI. So, everyone starts somewhere, and it depends on how much you know about AI, if you're using it at all. And then you'll start using it and trying to integrate it, and you'll start to believe how good AI is. You'll believe all the hype, all the media and marketing that's telling you AI is going to take all of our jobs and it's going to be a supercomputer that just runs everything. In my opinion, that's not really true. But after this, you'll start to see the problems with AI and you'll start to see the holes with it because there are real issues, but you just need to be aware of those issues when you're using it. It doesn't make it a bad tool. So you'll either level out and continue using AI, or you'll go back down and decide that you don't want to use AI at all. You don't like it, you don't believe in it for whatever reason. So this is the AI high. And this is what you need to watch out for whenever you start using it. There's this period that's fluff that AI cannot do, but you kind of think it can. Like a lot of people believe that with AI, they can now be a full stack software developer. The AI is very good at making you believe that or think that, but whenever you really start using it, you'll create an app and then you'll get to a point likely in the database portion or the data side where it starts to fall off and you see the problems with it. So these are some of the problems that AI has. The first big one is math. So AI is a creative tool. It's actually designed to be random. So when you ask it something, it's going to give you a random response. Now, that is horrible for math, right? Because you want the consistency. And there are some ways you can fix that or a solution for it that we can get into a later episode. But the next piece you have is real systems versus ideas. Okay? So it is very good at ideas. It can give you, if you go and talk to AI, you can have a million ideas and you can run through all those ideas and it'll tell you how smart it is, how good you are. But in reality, when you try and come over and make that into a real system, is when you start to see the issues. And this is where people will fall down and just decide to not use it at all. Another problem is the context. So the context is something people are not fully aware of and they don't exactly know what it means, but the context is like a memory. So you might see a little circle that's filling up if you're using Claude or some other system, and that's the memory that the Claude is able to work with. So say it is capable of 100,000 tokens and you're working with it and you're just pumping in data or information and all of this, and you think it's remembering, so it has a good memory. But at some point, this falls off and it'll start forgetting, but you don't really understand that that's what it's doing. You might see it compress. You might see, especially when you're working with math, that it might get most of it, but it might not get all of it. And the last piece we have is gaslighting. So I don't see too many people talking about this, but the AI will gaslight you. It will tell you how good of an idea you have, how smart you are, how intelligent you are. It's basically just a yes man. You'll work with it and you'll have an idea and this thing will say, yes, this is a great idea, keep doing it, you're working with it more. It says, yes, you're so smart, I love these ideas, keep using tokens, I love this. maybe even, and you got to know these things are businesses, but they want you to increase your monthly membership. So they want you to increase how many tokens you're using. And essentially what will happen is you'll have this idea. So you'll have an idea for something that'll be in this box, and it'll just keep telling you yes. But what you don't understand is that all of these results are a little bit random, and I use a rough metric where I say every response is 70% good. And when you're working with it, these 70% end up compounding into a bad idea. And funny enough, if you go and take this idea that you've gotten from all these yeses to a different AI, it will say, wow, that is the worst idea I've ever heard. There's tons of holes in this, and I don't know why you're working on this. And really, it's just because you've taken these 70% and stacked them into one idea, which is wrong. Now, I guess one last thing is everyone thinks AI will make you an expert. It will not make you an expert. If you are not a developer, it will not make you a developer. If you're not a web developer, it won't make you one of those. If you're not a marketer, if you're not a salesperson, or if you're not any other skill, you will not all of a sudden have that skill. You should use AI for training or information, but you yourself still have to be an expert. So my best comment to people that are working with AI is that it will heighten your ability to do the things that you're already good at. It will not give you the ability to do things that you are not good at. And this is the critical point right here, the difference of why people either fall off or they continue using it, because they think this thing should make me an expert, and when it doesn't, it's useless. And honestly, that's not really true. So I think everyone should be using AI to some degree. I don't think it's going to come through and just clean house and take everyone's job. I think it's more of a situation where it's like a computer. It's a tool. For people around my age, we don't really remember a time without computers. But there was a time before computers, and there's a very similar reaction. So before computers, when they were coming along, everyone thought they were useless. You had super adopters, you had people that thought it was trash and they should just use people. But in reality, it got overhyped and oversold, and then it came down the curve and there was a real functional use for it. And in my opinion, AI is going to happen in the exact same way. We're likely in the overhyped period here, but the faster you can get over this hump and get to this critical decision of where AI is actually useful, it'll help your business, it'll help you be more efficient, it'll help you do things in your business that you weren't doing before, like even data analysis or systems or even small tools or software. So that'll be it for this episode. On the next one, I'm looking to go through math and why AI is not good at math and why you should use it in certain ways and stop using it in other words. So thanks. This is Alex from Catalyst, and hope you have a good day.